reconstruction of Joakim, which was probably 2017 in New York, after your last shoulder surgery. I would call it a little arthroscopic surgery, but at that time it wasn't that little for you. It was like the drop too much, like the little surgery of too much after getting the full shoulder reconstruction, the knee arthroscopy. It wasn't doing really good in New York, and that summer of 2017, let's maybe talk about the process of what we did to get you to a point to trust your body again, and get to those next 2 seasons, to get to the point where you're ready after Memphis, like this summer, you're ready to play, and then the Achilles injury and the Clippers.
I mean, well,
It's been a high,
it's been a
it's been a crazy road.
it's been 3 years. Um, it's been a lot. You know, it was like my whole life has been about, you know, expectations and you know when you don't meet your own, and you know just injuries, like my body started failing me like
Mm-hmm.
pretty fast. You know, I've had like in the last 3 years I've had, you know, 5 surgeries. So um you know it's sometimes it takes a lot on not just the body, but you know emotionally and mentally. You know, it's just you don't get to do what you love to do. You don't get to run. You just
How
it's a
close
slow process.
how close were you to giving up in 2017 when they told you you're going to need a shoulder surgery again, with
Yeah,
with everything that was happening in your life?
yeah. I mean, I think that I was going through a lot in my life. You know, I
Mhm.
had my daughter. I wasn't sure what was happening with her mother, and you know, things were complicated. I had just signed a big deal with the Knicks, and I had really high, we had a team with a lot of expectations, and you know, I failed. Like it was like I was coming back from a big shoulder injury, and
Big,
uh,
huge one. It was full reconstruction.
a full shoulder reconstruction, and I signed a big deal for a lot of cheeseburgers, and you know it was just it was tough, man. It was a tough moment because I couldn't do what I wanted to do on the court. I lost my confidence. We were really we had a lot of talent, and we just underachieved.
Mhm.
And you know that had been the first time that really happened to me in my life.
Yeah.
But um, you know, and then after the shoulder, I ended up having two more surgeries for that I had to do that summer, and it was just like the injuries were piling up, and it wasn't fun for me anymore, and I had to do some serious soul searching, you know, just to
Mhm.
find joy and
Yeah, I remember it well. Again, it was a phone call, which is you're one of the few players that actually call. You and Rudy. Most of the guy they text, but you actually call. And I remember that call. You had enough. You had enough, and we decided for you to, or you decided to come to LA, and we didn't start it right away. The physical work you had, like you said, you had to deal with your shit first, and then when you were ready, I don't know if you recall, but you basically spent 3 months in my office, and you hated it. Like after 2 or 3 weeks, you were trying to escape. You tried. You went like for 10 days. You went to play basketball, but I told you, dude, you're not ready. But you still went, and you called back 10 days later, and like, hey, I think I hurt my knee a little bit. I'm like, I know. Then you came back, and we basically in those 3 months, we really rebuild the foundation for you to be able to go back to lifting, to do the pull work with Laird. And I think, I don't know how you feel it. I know it was a rough season after that because you knew you could play, but they would not play you in New York.
yeah.
Actually, maybe it was a blessing in disguise for what's coming next. The fact that you were not playing with the Knicks, that they didn't let you play with them, even so you were healthy, even so your coach was talking in the media and say that you looked in great shape, but they were still not playing you. And I think it gave you time to continue the building. And the big summer was the summer after that when you start working with Laird again. I
Yeah.
almost pulled you out of Laird for like 3 months. And then after you were able to go back into it and do your thing and play basketball and recapture that love a little bit. And that's when Memphis happened.
Yeah, for
And then
sure.
it was fire again. Then I was the real Joe. I almost felt you were maybe even better. What do you think? Maybe
I
I'm
mean,
over.
I wouldn't say I was better, but
Yeah.
I would say that I found joy uh, in playing again and competing. And you know what? I couldn't ask for. That's all you can ask for. You know, is just to do your best. I know it was. I know what I've been through, and you know, I fell on my ass in, you know, on one of the biggest stages in the world at home, and you know, it just took me a while to digest that,
Yeah.
you know, but I did it. And you know, when I got the call from Memphis, you know, it took me. I hadn't played in 2 years. I hadn't played in 2 years, so to be able to go back out there and compete in Memphis
Hmm.
and to get that opportunity was just it's that was you know, I only ended up playing like 40 games that year, but to me it
Damn, that
was
was
I
big.
know from I know that I had to dig deep to go get those games. So
Mhm.
to be in that position and to go back and play basketball with everything that I've been through, then I'm proud. I'm really proud of that time.
But for me, I mean, everyone knows that your nickname is Jungle Horse. Like like in French, it's Cheval Furieux, like angry horse, angry jungle horse. I felt like the horse was set free in Memphis, probably even better than before. When I was mentioning better player, of course, you were probably better at a younger age in terms you like around that Brooklyn series or that defensive player of the year time. But I just felt it was like fully you, like you were completely unleashed. Did you feel that, or is it just me being crazy?
No, I mean it's you know it's like it's all connected.
Mm.
Like it's all connected. You know, it's like I
You
have like
and
I have with you and parents. It's like I know that I have people who support me and I have trust in to help me do my thing.
yeah,
And then it's also, you know, like stability in my life. Like I have, you know, a girl that I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm happy. Like I have a family that supports me, you know, who's there for me. And I feel like I have a structure around me. So to
hmm,
me, that's like, that's it's all connected because
the pillar.
when you play, you know, it's not like I'm out here like just shooting 3 pointers. Like I'm an emotional player. Like I need to have that emotional, like I have to have that strength. So when I'm good, so if I'm good at home, if I'm at peace in my mind, then I can go out on the court and do my thing.
Mhm. That's one of the things you told me. I remember it was that year. Told me and Barents. For people, Barents is a deep, he's a genius, but he's a deep body worker that worked with Kobe for 20 years, and we worked together. And we were in Chicago, and after we worked on you, you told us, guys, you don't even know what you're giving me. I know I can go out there and battle as hard as I can, and if anything happen, I know you'll fix me. And that's almost like freedom, free spirit, like you just mentioned, like to be able to go and battle. And that's probably one of the best compliments anyone gave me in terms of my work.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, it's I was telling Barnes the other day, it's like you guys deal with athletes at their lows, you know,
Hmm.
a lot
Yeah.
because um you know, it's like you're an athlete, you're playing on these big stages and you see us when we can't do what we love to do.
Hmm.
So a lot of it is building that person's spirit up, not just and you know, and you don't realize when you have aches and stuff like that, how it takes a toll on you,
Big time.
big time.
Yeah.
So, it's like
Yeah.
when you're getting close, and when you're getting closer and you're feeling good and you're ready to go back out there, it's like you're alive again. There's no feeling. It's hard to describe that feeling, like when you're on that stage doing your thing in front of 20,000 people.
You have that, and you also have the normal, I would say, normal human aspect of it. That if you're in a relationship with someone for 10 years or more, well, you also go through his shits. Like, remember, your things, your little issue with your daughter and the mom, Tony's divorce with Eva, some of the players' things, and you also go with our stuff, like my personal stuff. At some point, you helped me to stay strong when I lost my dad. I was going through some stuff with my wife. I mean, there is that interconnection, which for me is very important. They tell you in school, don't get emotional, don't get attached to your clients, to your patients, but you have to, so that's why I think, like, you and I, we have that connection to it, that we're a little bit deeper than just treatment and player. Like, we go a little bit deeper than that.
I'm really grateful. First of all, I'm really grateful to be in this situation.
Hmm.
And and I know I've been training my ass off. So I know I'm going to give it my all. I'm excited to be in this, just to be in this position with everything that I've been through.
Hmm.
It means the world to me. Anybody who knows me, who's around me, knows that, I not only do I appreciate the game and being able to compete, but to be able to do it at that level with those players that they have on that team, the
Pretty
competitive
stacked,
spirit
huh?
that they have. It's like whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be, but I'm gonna appreciate the shit out of it,
Mm.
and it's
That
I'm
was,
gonna whatever that looks like, and
yeah.
whatever it is, it's like it's given me so much hope to just go out there and do my best in
Yeah.
whatever it is I'm doing, like not just basketball.
Yeah, I remember when we were, the few things we always talked when we were rebuilding, when we were like, you had the Achilles injury, which is crazy fucking injuries, unbelievable. But he was always like, try to control what you can control, and especially finish on your own terms. So I'm sure you can only be grateful of that situation. It's unbelievable. But I
It
feel,
is.
I think you fully deserve it. I mean, I see you put the fucking work. It's unmatched. It's unmatched. I mean, you're working your ass off, but I think also because you love the sport, you love that basketball.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, no matter what you do, it's like you have to find your peace, and you have to find your happiness. Like whatever it is, whatever it looks like, you know, you have to find that. Like what are the tools that you're using every day that make to make you the best person that you can be.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
whoever those people are that put you in that spirit, that positive, peaceful warrior, whatever you want to.
The village,
The village, like,
because it takes a village.
maybe it takes a village. It takes a village. So, find your support system, find who makes you laugh, find who makes you the best you.
Hmm.
I think that's so, I think that the Clippers is just, it's not about the money, it's not about any of that. It's just about
This.
being happy,